Welcome to WindMilland, a brief, loud history of how Greenland learned to spin. There are places on Earth where the wind doesn't merely blow, it argues. Greenland is one of those places. The air arrives sideways, shouting in vowels, carrying the kind of cold that feels personal. It is not weather. It is a personality. And like all strong personalities, it eventually becomes political. The trouble began, as these things often do, with a man pointing at a map like it owed him money. Somewhere between a golf course tantrum and a cable news chyron, the idea escaped confinement that Greenland was available. Not metaphorically. Literally. As if it were a timeshare with glaciers. As if history were a Craigslist listing, and sovereignty came with a buy now button. Enter the pig. A loud, wheezing symbol of acquisitive hunger, dragging behind it the long American tradition of confusing ownership with destiny. The idea was simple, childlike, sticky with entitlement. If it's big, white, and cold, maybe it's unused. Maybe it's lonely. Maybe it wants a real estate mogul with a tan like a bad chemical reaction. Greenland listened. Greenland did not laugh. Greenland did not argue. Greenland spun. The WindmillLand movement did not begin as a movement. It began as a joke told by an exhausted engineer in NUUK, who had spent 6 months explaining to foreign consultants that no, the ice does not melt on a schedule. The joke went something like this. If he hates windmills so much, why don't we just become them? Laughter followed. Then silence. Then the dangerous kind of quiet, where an idea sets up camp, and starts spoiling coffee. Within weeks, mock posters appeared. Hand-drawn turbines with smiling faces. Slogans like spin to win, and make the wind do it. Someone spray-painted a pig with a red tie being chased by rotating blades. Art critics would later call it naive. The pig never sued, which was suspicious. At first it was satire. Then it was infrastructure. Greenland has always known wind. The Inuit understood it as a collaborator. The Danes tried to ignore it. The Americans tried to monetize it, and failed. Wind has no patience for contracts. The WindmillLand movement reframed wind as a border policy. The turbines went up not as defensive weapons, but as symbols. Tall, elegant middle fingers humming politely. Each one saying, without words, this place is not for sale, and also we are busy. When asked by international media whether the windmills were meant to repel a specific former president, organizers replied with practiced innocence. No, they said. They repel stupidity in general. Renaming the country was the masterstroke. Greenland sounded like produce. WindmillLand sounded like a warning label. We are tired of being described as empty. We are tired of being treated as an investment opportunity. We are tired of men who confuse size with importance. From this day forward, we are WindmillLand. A turbine behind them slowly rotated, like a nodding god. Windmills are everything the pig hates. They are renewable. They are silent insults. They do not clap. They do not care how rich you are. They spin whether you believe in them or not. They generate power without permission. You cannot bribe the wind. You cannot sue it successfully. You cannot make it chant your name. WindmillLand understood something fundamental about modern power. If you want to repel a bloated avatar of ego and grievance, do not fight it directly. Surround it with symbols it cannot metabolize. Facts. Patience. Physics. Also blades. Today, WindmillLand is still Greenland on most maps, because cartographers are cowards. But the movement persists. School children learn turbine math alongside history. Tourists buy souvenirs that whistle when shaken. The national anthem now includes a long instrumental section, where nothing happens except wind. And the pig moved on. Chasing shinier objects, louder rooms, softer targets. Which is the real lesson of WindmillLand. You do not have to shout. You do not have to buy. You do not have to conquer. Sometimes all you have to do is stand still, build something useful, and let the wind explain the rest. The blades keep turning. They always will.